Gosh, are we just copy and pasting video topics? I don't know, man, is that appropriate? Are we allowed to do that? Are we allowed to talk about the same thing 2 days in a row? I have no idea. But today, we are going to go out there and try it, because in this video, I wanted to go over to some statistics that dive into the NHL as a whole. Because now that the season is in full swing, now that most of these teams and most of these goalies have dipped their toes into the realms of actually playing, we have ourselves websites like MoneyPuck.com going out there and giving us detailed analytical breakdowns as to who's good, who's bad, and everything else in between. Now, there are a number of other statistics that we could go out there and make videos about, but because I'm a fan of the Habs and because I'm a fan of the Wings, I wanted to go out there and dive into the very early goaltending leaders list as posted by MoneyPuck.com yesterday. Let's take a look at the top goaltenders in the NHL via goals saved above expected. Now, just a little bit of a lesson here. If any of y'all are a little bit on the newer side of hockey, you're a little younger, that's okay. I have a demographics that I understand. We've got some older folks, but we also have some younger folks. If you wanted to understand what goals saved above expected means, essentially, it's a measure of how many goals a goalie saved. Not just shots that a goalie has saved, but shots that were such high quality that in the analytical, statistical, computer breakdown models, it should have been a goal. You talk about expected goals. Oh, it's Nikita Kucherov 5 feet away from the net with a puck coming from the left side on a really fast pass, a cross-crease pass with nobody else interfering. That's a 100% expected goal. That should go in 100% of the time. The computer breakdowns go out there and analyze every scoring opportunity, every shot, every little detail as to what makes a shot, and determines whether or not these shots should have been goals. So, when a shot is registered as a quote-unquote expected goal in the computer, if the goaltender in real life actually saves it, this number is reflected in the goals saved above expected column. It is the amount of goals that should have gone in, but didn't, because this goaltender went out there and saved it. If you go over to MoneyPuck and you look at the negative goals saved above expected, it means that goaltenders like Alexander Georgiev, Artur Shilovs, and Stuart Skinner have actually let in goals compared to what they should be letting in based off the quality of the shots that are coming their way. Yeah, we can make a video about that later. But I wanted to talk about the guys at the top of the list, the players who have stopped the most goals compared to what the computer says they should have been. You have Samuel Montembeault at number 1, 6.6 goals saved above expected, and Cam Talbot at number 2 with 3.9 goals saved above expected. Following on the list, you've got Jake Ottinger, Connor Hellebuyck, Lucas Dostal, Darcy Kemper, Vasilevsky, and a few other guys there too. Kind of funny how the two Chicago guys, Soderblom and Mrazek, are both in the top 10. I don't know if that says that their goaltending has necessarily been great, or that they're just allowing a lot of really good chances to come their way that they're ending up stopping. But either way, Cam Talbot and Samuel Montembeault are legitimately two of the best goaltenders in the league. And this carries over into the regular traditional stats too. If you head over to the league and you look at goalies and their save percentages, hey, guess what? Montembeault and Talbot are in the top 6 of these goaltending statistics. And, you know, we had talked about this yesterday in the videos going over Caulfield and Montembeault and Cam Talbot individually, but just seeing these guys cement themselves in this spot is a really good sign. And it gets even better when you head over to MoneyPuck and you take a look at some of the other breakdowns of stuff that they have here. There also is a goals saved above expected per 60 minutes category, so this breaks down the amount of games played and averages everything out to the calculation here. Samuel Montembeault and Cam Talbot are top 4 goalies. Lucas Dostal had a shutout the other day, and it was really great for him. He only played that one game so far, which is why his goals saved above expected per 60 is over here, even though his goals saved above expected is just at a 3.7. Vasilevsky, same thing. 1 goal against in 1 game played. It all just goes back to that main idea that these teams are getting goaltending support. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend like it's going to last for the entire season. You know, Sammy Montembeault is not going to win the Vezina. Cam Talbot is probably not going to win the Vezina either. But just knowing that there is a good enough goaltending foundation to carry these two teams into the next few weeks. I say weeks and not months, not season, because goaltending is up and down. Guys that are good one week can be totally falling off a cliff the next week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks later. It all depends on momentum. But for right now, just knowing that these guys have that capability, it's a huge, huge plus. And to see them literally being at the top of the NHL in goals saved above expected is one of the best things that you could see. This actually is not updated, now that I'm looking at it. Yeah, the chart that we had looked at of Montembeault and Talbot being 1 and 2 is not updated because Connor Hellebuyck had a really good game yesterday for Winnipeg in a, what was it, a 2-1 overtime win? Yeah, it was against Minnesota, that's what it was. Either way, the goaltending race is really shaping up to being good at the start of the season here, which is kind of funny when you consider that scoring also seems to be up too. I mean, this is almost the perfect kind of version of the National Hockey League, right? Goaltenders are making saves, guys are stopping pucks, but then you also have other guys who are putting pucks in the back of the net, and you're getting a lot more points and a lot higher save percentage numbers compared to last year. Obviously, it's not going to last like that. Like, Lucas Dostal is not going to have a 1 save percentage throughout the entire year, but just kicking things off, it is very interesting to see the direction the NHL has taken, statistics-wise, so far throughout the 24-25 season. And for all the other goaltenders that exist in these organizations, it is kind of funny to note that if you look at the reverse goals saved above expected numbers, we had said that Montembeault and Talbot are 1 and 3, right? Well, if you go over to the worst guys in the NHL, the worst players in this respect, you will see that Ville Husso and Caden Primo are in the bottom 6 goaltenders in the league in terms of negative goals saved above expected. Caden Primo, in the one game he had played, let in 2.8 goals that probably should not have gone in. Ville Husso, same thing. 2.8, negatively. Funnily enough, you have the 2 Oilers guys in there as well, Stuart Skinner and Cal Pickard, although I can't laugh too hard because Artur Shilovs is right there too. Yeah, kind of expected to see that, not gonna lie. But anyways, if you're a fan of the Canadiens or you're a fan of the Detroit Red Wings, what are your thoughts on these two guys leading the charge, Sammy Montembeault and Cam Talbot, each being near the top of the NHL in goals saved above expected? Do you think these guys have it in them to continue at this pace for the rest of the season? If Sammy Montembeault has a 9-8 something save percentage now, let's say he finishes off the year with 40 games played. What's his save percentage then? Does it dip to 9.5, 9.3, 9.2? Anything above 9.1, I think, is like really solid, so anything above 9.2 I think would be fantastic. But realistically, you know, that takes a long, long time to get to, especially considering the season is 82 games long. So we'll see whether or not Sammy Montembeault, Cam Talbot, these guys have it in them to continue this goaltending dominance. But for now, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about their performances and their statistical breakdowns, how they compare with the rest of the league, and what this means to you. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.